system no omo say unconstitutional ne science no was say womo etumi ebombodiana womo esesemu amayoku akodo no na enam so emamra shebedwani di ma de hye omo enchumuru edinsembi atudwa de afasa asemu hu yebekọ na yakope emu enhwemu wo fufuro emu nso no kafra okopiemu ewo ayawa so east abato no empesua so dia na chese emra shebedwani di ma de hye no ewo ho ononyamfo Mohammed Baba Jamal ode ensembi atudwa de asida piesie ede ama Mount Christ University College se womo ama kwanya 50 slots ede ma enmanfo anamofra womo epe ekwan na so se womo ewo akwanya na mo pe ese womo ekọ university no eno so yebekọ na yakọ akọpe nkyeremu de afasa ansem no eno etwe so no NCDs then say Ghana Medical Trust fund no womo ensu kire say womo eba embark on nationwide education sabe be hu non-communicable diseases no kwan be fa so betumi esi ano kwan sabe ya na say ese adoso na afeso ekun ne ekun Ghana adehye enti ehu behia se wose etumi etuhu anamo ye bepe enkyeremu de afasa ansem we so eno etire so no NPP amayoko no rabako ya ene wo gina se ye nto no so aba no be ye dom anoboaboa eni nana kojo ye boa nana ke ene etwanity a efre no de nsem bia atodwa efa mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene na abaye ene so ye bedom sukona yape enchemu ede afa hom eno etire no abusua ye beko na yakwa akwhye sikasem eni ejadie ensemu na afenso no okopiemu ewo tema station TS ene frɛ no TS market ejadifo a wo ha na yakasei ene wo mpanyifo omo ekire se wo anka bia nhemi omo kote ya ne se mpanyifo se wo eba be di demolition exercise yes ye betu omo edi efiri ho no no ene omo kire se da bia koba ne sa no na kire se de ombeye na omo no busua nso edidi empo no na omabo branso no ebe den ede ama omo ntiba panyi His Excellency George Amani Mahama nhena onka bi emfa ema omo afi ye bekọ amanfo aman so hwe de ekose wo ho na ne krakra no da ago kense mu nsem so no ene so ye de aba besom nsem wani afoforo mi ni aboa no enyimre de sum se HB News ebusia me nan me ho emra ebio na afi me nsa ne nsem ne mu mama abusuya me shansam na se a ene na no July bosume ne da na eto so eduenu enkno 29th July ana the Supreme Court the ebabetu ja as delegate system ya de adwuma amanyoku ahodo no de adwuma o man Ghana mu abato emu no wo various constituencies no omo ekire ese unconstitutional na chese ekoba ne sa no a entume emboa emma internal elections no akwenya emma omanfo bi nso ya wo mo pese mo pe emu akwenya na so mo ejina bie no etumi emwa wo mo ne science no wama anaso ase wahye se afi baako political parties no emomodin ase wo mo behwe na sa directives no omo etumi directives omo de anaso se kwan a wo mo ede akire wo mo so mo emfa so no afi baako ewo yenimu a ede ekoya no mo hya se so mo de sa ensakraye na anaso se sa directives no ebeye adwuma na ana sansemi emu no ye mrahye bedwani di ma de hia wo mo ewo krachi inchumuru ayono nyamfo Solomon Kuyon ede eba betu dwa akire mu se ko eba ne sa no a na che se enkoyie Supreme Court akade na nso no fititetetete nyina no sa na wo mo eye wonom adwuma enti no se akoba ne sa no ebe increase cost na afia creating new avenues so afi manipulation and afi parties no so no ebe ma omo registers ni mu no ene so akwakoye ensem ebebre o kire ensem yi mu e de ekire ye obra woni ensentrofo ehia ye yenko na entie nhiremu ahodo a wode ma ye fasansemi
ododo abato yi mahubida data na me DC so 2015 ye beto aba no ye call NDC ye no ododo abato NDC ni babia wa register awodi wo ye ehuma no mu wotimi ye den to aba wo card chese we registered member no wotimi to aba but then na ye gina so no some of the reasons were that na delegates no muji amanfo sika ansa ya to aba. These were the perceptions. Well, ye gina so the kai SSC ni nti say ye obi anto aba se na be ya ebe my say course no aye involved no. But I realize say some has voting and my year spending more because it's just like going for general elections because community biara e was alcohol because polling station bako say 3 communities na to about was police station. Now you have to visit the 3 communities. We also to me engage you. Now when to me ko engage community no empenyufuo any youths ema na wako engage omo na wa mo message keke na wa sorry ako. Definitely I was say with me eyi bibi ema empenyufuo. So by the end of the day no what trans na wo hwe expenditure na why na enu enene delegates we na ye to no a difference bia enim a basic asemwa to me and I even felt that we spent more what you say but another thing I san hu ye ne say ododo about no during time I church ye din no which means say party fufuro bin nkofo etimi nya akwanya betro mu din ewo party ehuma no mu nti yedu abato no mbre na ono so eto aba na bi nti ono ba wonim se ebia me solo na modemi ba NDC modemi ba na ono so omo nipa na omodini ba no general election metimi a defeat na they will preach against me say muntu aba ma asemensi no we say asemensi na omo pese moto aba ma no ono oba omo candidate no ewo upper hand ewo no so enti they influence the decision of the electorate, those who vote, you understand. Enti etimima create a lot of problems.
Abusia mefri ene so na makomanim ewo ensem fufro mu edia ene na okopie mu ewo ayawa so east abato ne empesua so amrahebejani edema adehia no eye onyanfo Alhaji Baba Jamal Muhammad wono ena ekasei na esma woka ne nyina eye ni gisem ene sen tabredia oso wabo anan akopiem ewo Mount Christ University College ya enkomochihwe nyina no edefa eye eniama na so se kwa mbefa so mbeso beye bibidi abo abato ne pesua eso na titiri no enwomasua ho nsem no etumi egina eye ne nan so na eno ene ni gisem afrimu eba ene se Mount Christ University treso mo ma 50 slots at their constituents. Now, say universities, Obia, Bia, and a baby, any my dear, or a year or pepanis or peso or twasso, now or call a year university and Asia upon my answer now, any honum, and no and walk operate at the amount or more, I say 50 a year slot as I brain. I just say, or half one month to me, Enya Aquina now, or more aqua a year university, and also say, one more at me aqua a year upon now, or more aquatic entity, and I know, and I watch them say, Sem Kesiepa, Edema constituents, no Yankona, Inti, Samahudubia, or can't Edeka Sansemi.
This offer of 50 for 50 project is a wonderful initiative that is supposed to assist students from our community here, offering 50% scholarship to any student that is coming from this community. And it's interesting that they've given me as many as 50 students. And if we can take advantage of that, I am sure that is going to transform our community in terms of a law, in terms of education and all those things. So I want to express my gratitude to them. On my part as the MP, I also ensure that I meet them the halfway so that students who are interested, who cannot afford, will be able to support them to come and educate themselves and become lawyers for themselves, for the community, and for Mother Ghana. So it's a great opportunity for me. I'm very happy, and I can assure you that I am fully committed to it to ensure that this initiative comes to fruition. Encourage my people, all the students who are prepared to study law, who are prepared to study public health, who are prepared to study some business courses that are offered here. I think that everybody should come and take advantage. We are here to help. We are here to ensure that this, as many of them as possible.
I know actually no ora kweku ansa asare ya wano penyi kwanchira for Edema Mount Crest University College and so edin sembi to jachire mu se ehun ahia ese wase wo mutumi etusa anamon we kopim se titru kwhye nima ya eno no ewo ayawasu east abato ne empesua so a kire se edin papa bia sebi enhyeda eni ho edema emebunu no ne na chese omo de school no anase wo masua ho nsende ase omo ni enje ho ewo honum kra jese sebi oniama bia nsem fata eno eka ho bi na ma epusu no ese obetumi atu sa na mo na etumi aboa amanimonyam aba wo mo ho edefa sansem keka no ho yenkona yentie no.
As I said, this is the first time we are having a sitting MP visit the institution. We've been around since 2011, and to have a sitting MP on his own visit us is a huge assurance. And to reciprocate, I believe that we should do something not only to mark the occasion, but also to champion the cause that he himself has undertaken. And as he kept emphasizing, education, is what is the instrument or medium through which he wants to transform the lives, of the people in his constituency. So we are doing this, to encourage him and to reassure him that he will have our full support in the enterprise that he has undertaken or embarked upon. I have witnessed elections since 1992, and for the 1992, 1996, 2000, I was one of the MPP, stalwarts, who went round the constituency, the various constituencies. Nima was one of them. And the violence, that erupted, all those occasions, at least said about it, the better. And that is why I think that we can use education to leverage, and ensure that the people here will not be considered as the recruitment agency, to cause mayhem, this thing, but as partners in our pathway toward democracy and the democratization of the Ghanaian society.
Abusia wo ensam foforo emu no enhumasua ehunsam ne efri na emom ebekọ ayapomdi ensam eso na sabram no kasa de the Ghana Medical Trust Fund ya di etai enim si adefre no pa Mahama Cares sabre no omo ekire se non-communicable diseases no aginsem my Ghana ntino ehu behia se waso mutu anamon na omo ye nkyerehwere kire adehye ne yetumi ehu hia se wase yetumi ye ahwe yie edefasa yare ehu sempo no engba na eban sunsu akwan ebefa so aya ibetumi asa na mpo no yesi anokwan sunsu a etumi yie ne santi ye ntino mso mbe rewre fiefie mu ensori ne be bia nipa ewo bia na omo aye enkyerehwere se be ya yebetumi ada ye ho so na obra nsenchofo ene emashibedwani de ma de hye omo odododio abato ne empesua eso ne nyamfo Alfred ni Ashikote etwetwe enkomo wono anso board member Edema Ghana Medical Trust Fund. One so so a chairman and atitneni ede Emma a Revenue Mobilization Committee of the fund and I ewo foto no eso no ono ede ensembe etuja echirechire mu sei ene de chire essential for.
So as part of what we do at the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, we have an outfit which is responsible for all of that. What we have done is that we have identified the churches, and what we call the faith-based organizations that we are reaching out to. We're going to start, the public awareness and education through some of these institutions. We're going to do a lot of community work. And in September, we're going to have what we call the NCD Awareness Month, where for the entire month, we're going to, embark on series of activities to ensure that we educate the public on what it is, what causes some of those things, what it is that we can do to ensure we don't even come to it at all, and steps we ought to take as people to find solution as and when we notice that we find ourselves with any of these NCDs. So there are a lot of things going on now. As you are aware, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund is a new establishment, and so the secretariat has been established, but there's a lot of administrative work that we are doing, to ensure that everything functions well. We've always believed in the fact that proper planning prevents poor performance. And so we are not in haste, to do things that in the end will hit the wall. We've done a lot of, work. You will trust that with a board chairman like the Venerable Tony Lita himself, it's not a child's play. We are doing everything well enough to ensure that the Ghana Medical Trust Fund will really stay and serve its purpose.
Sempono wamo ebaye no oman eye yapomdi eho ensem no etime hia wamo pa na mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama de ato ne ho so eso obehye aboa na sa Mahama case no etime agina ne nan so brane na aboa ama Ghana de hye etime enya pomodin pa ene nti no kire se sika ya aban ede agu eye foto no nye sika ketwa ya ne nyina no ene se wamo behye de aboa na yapomdi ho nsem no etime agina ne nan so brane ne sa ye nti no ode asida piesie ama eye mampanyi ene na aban kire mu se we ekire se omanfo no eho dadwen ene yapomdi ho nsem no eda na koma so pa yebeko na yasetie no ebio enkomoi eko so obra ye na monsini Steven Owusu kwaten ene ne bompu nimpu ewo emrache bejefi on the office.
Health is very important. Healthy nation is a wealthy nation, as the saying goes, and for government to commit funds to ensure that we deliver health care to people in a manner that affects the less privileged, the most deprived, whom hitherto never have gotten the privilege, even the privilege, to access an MRI machine or all of those equipments that will be needed to treat or diagnose NCDs. Today, because of the role government has played in establishing that policy, we are sending equipment. We are improving upon healthcare facilities across the country, making sure we give them equipment that will treat some of these things. And these equipments are very expensive, as and for that matter, treating a cardiac situation or something that has to do with your brain or your kidney, your lungs. These things are very expensive. Health is very important. Healthy nation is a wealthy nation.
Ewo ensam foforo mu dia ene na nana kwajo yabua sabrede nana ke ene etwanity a ede efre no na oye NPP amanyoko num emba ebaako na ndey also ojinasi anto no so aba na ombe national organizer chese edom ano boaboa eni na eno na wode ensam bi tuja wo bra na ode eye ne tirimupo empo ene eye ne campaign message se emto a wo ba bebo no ensama ne pa wo wa ode be ba beboa eye amanyoko no ena ho ɛna ɔba bɛkyerɛ mu ɛsɛ mampanyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ɛna no ya yɛhyɛ yɛ maame ɛyɛ Sedinam ne ho ensɛm ananse court nsɛm ya ɛbaayɛ na ɛkɔwie akyire ne maame ne enya ne ti adididi mu no ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ wei pa ɛyɛ ade a ɛda di epefe ɛsɛ mampanyin ɔyɛ clearing agent na ɔkyerɛ mu a wɔse mbrɛ bi a ɛtwa mu ɛyɛ mampanyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ɔwɔ opposition no ɔka kyerɛ ɛyɛ mampanyin dada ɛyɛ Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo Ado ɛsɛ ɔyɛ clearing agent na ɛnɛ Eniema bia wono woye ne ene no eche niema bia eye mampanyin dada eye Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo Ado eye na eno sa no na che se wono de oye super clearing agent ana se wono ne de ko animu papa yen ko na entie Nana K ensem weni afoforo bia ode tuja
enye papa na die efebe papa mu so the amount of missing sack. We are not the friend use and down syndrome. No, the Buno. Here the found here do for your party movement of Stanford protest. And I do one day, but not the one and go. Now we have done almost a protest. Near we are, or for human and bar that we reject that. I've been wondering about for Febia and the only now. The Otu Ababa and the same national the night and party and the Ubia, the one man. Wapotaman and Pia, who sees on the movie. It is that maybe the national the night that we are. The Otu Nephilia, who got to say you go you. Cases are not yet never but many of Mama taking over what not almost my people playing agent. But the name I can say on authority, President of Muhammad is super playing agent. Supreme playing agent. I don't know you the name. The only thing to do we are hot war Ghana. You do the brave but NBC media or we are born of by here the next. That's your man. Anna, yeah, me about Paul. I tell you, here for the Potumus and Viet. Papa Pop, your prayer, I'm a call to be a coming sentence.
I know actually no. A former acting National Communications Director Edema NPP Amanyoko no. Uraya Adomaku Befe and so at the ensemble to Jan on the no can say delegates no more modian so more ebebo modian to abanum. Edema Nana K. Sansa was so obey no babebua na operation lost vote ni nyina no oba na wababa behwehwe ni nyina mo vote mo lusu ye ewo 2024 abato ni mu no ose be be fa ye bia no oba behwehwe ni nyina na ode ama wo mo 2028 ne science no okire se awase era adomako ba fi kire se nipa no ewa adwen bi se dia na se adwen papa aniti no onhwe no omboa obeye dom ano boaboafo edi obetumi ahya aboa na vote no so no wetumi aboa ni nyina na 2028 omo ede akwakodi enkunim ewo NDC ensem yenko na entie no
Manesia ya branch ujina majuma itafe na naki makwada aprekope ntiase ni se emra wo university kura wo King's University na sabre ni nyina no me call koyi o mu training owie yen so antiada oguso aye djuma na ye ka se obi a ono ye dombo abo anyam eyi obi a ompra ne ho na ope nipa no be nipa bibi kan de toso mienu obi a wa badaye ena na make kan potoka sem se ye ko opposition niema wodo asisi party mu ensima wodo atoto ankranko nyina no abranti e wogirem eni nti no se ye obi asoma no a ono so ka ho bi nipa e ko no dɔɔso ye mu nyina abusua ba ko de ye ba kokɔba ni nyina no krɔbɔfo ma ibi so no so ko bia na eminim na nidia kwa na ebu a odi ama se ni ame papa ni wa nso tete na nso brɛ mu bia na me bigina mu bia me nyɛ bɔne nti bigina ha no mu a de me man santiofo atiatia ni sɛ tie po bia kofuom ye bo bia kofu so ye po bia kodwom ye po bia boaboa dɔma no ɛwɔ mmea bia 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 ana king so oye kokromoti a
abusua megyina nsɛm wɔ so ahome kaseɛ no so agye aboafo ɛnkratoɔ mɔdare ma ɛba a mɛto ansɛm no so ama mo awusua bɛda mo ase ɛsɛ mo nya abotre ɛma yɛn yɛ kwagye aboafo ankrato madam ma meto ansɛm ne so ɛde ama mo enjoy bia na eye video bi eye sex tape bi bɛda ntentan kɛse so a ne na kyɛ eye Bole Senior High School wɔn teacher baako ne eye student ananse school ni baako na kyɛ wɔn edi mpamu agro a kyɛ etumi ɛbɛbɛtɔ eye ntentan so ne circulate ya ma Ghana wo bi obɛka bibia GS ɛka bi afe kyɛ wɔn a ɛsɛ ɛfata so wɔka bi nyinaa no wɔn nyinaa etumi ɛka bia na ensemi edi ehimi nyina no ya ntumi ante ananse se na yenya ente emrahye bedwani di ma adehia no ewo ho no yente eye ne kasa ananse wontumi emma eye the stand ewo sa ensemi ehun no ontumi enka hye no ana eye ensantrofo wo mra hye bedwafie ya na monsini eka ho ebie wonom ene yewra no ebo mpunumpu na wonom ebisa no ese de echkoso ewo na bato no empesua eso no na daruma wate ye na ote nsonso de ne na kyese anamoben na wotu ede afa ho se be ya ebi ensan ensibio sanse entwe yi no na eye odonyamfo no mekire eye mrahye bedwani de ma adehia mo Bole bamboy abato no empesua so odonyamfo Yusuf Sulemana wano anso SIS swafo abedi etire edema ensase na afe efom egudie ensem eso eye lands and natural resources Deputy Minister eno na afe obekire ensem sei ede a kire central for kire say ampa asem na wote na ohu bi na wa hye saposifo entu anamo bi esefata bi emfefa teacher ni ne ho na mom ntiye onya ne sa asem ne si ye na teacher ni ne je sa bepem ne wo ma hwehwe no a ya wo mo ehun na saposifo John 24/7 amo hwehwe no na mo ensa etime eso ne mu nsonso de a ene na mra no ene ni bedi papa se ne mra no ese se be ya ebe yen senda ho ede ama afoforo.
That's a very important question you asked, even though I decided not to comment on this issue because it was a bit embarrassing and I do not want to share blame. And I've seen people describing men from Bole with some adjectives and what have you. Indeed, the gentleman is not a native of Bole. He's not a native of Bole. So if there was any credit, I think that he should take it alone. We do not deserve that credit because he's not a native of Bole. Of course, he had come there to teach. And so the incident happened. First of all, we need to look at it from both sides. That teacher, we are still looking for him. He has to be sanctioned and sanctioned appropriately. Again, we live in an era where people just sometimes do things that are unlawful. For one person to go and record another person and put it in the media is wrong. Much as we think that what the teacher was doing is wrong, the person who also recorded and sent it out there didn't also do well. So we must look at it from both sides. So if we were to talk about discipline, we must discipline both sides. Now, I called the headmaster when the incident happened, and I told him that as soon as possible they should get the police to arrest the guy. I called the police commander to ensure that the guy was arrested. He told me he was attending the father's funeral, which I was aware of, and that he was on his way, but he had called his people to get the guy arrested. But of course, knowing very well that what he did was wrong, he left the community, and so they couldn't arrest him at the time that I had called them. So I haven't found out, but I still know that it has not been reported that he's been arrested. And so we are all watching and monitoring to see where we can get him.
Honorable Yusuf Sulemana to aso kire mu se ye koye nim no se be ya obi abehu ne level teacher ni behu se me le mu nie na students ananso se ye osuani ni so hu se me so me le mu nie no e wa se yetumi maintain eye law no ananso se yetumi maintain eye discipline ne science no or the akwan ahodo bi agu eye apono so e no ya akwan bi ayefa so a sabre no de ekoso ekokokoko so no nye we na di nkan asisi a sebe ya ebi NCBO no or the akwanhwe bi ebae yenkona entie no.
Now, discipline in general across all our schools has become a problem. Problem because you have students who want to take the law into their hands, and we should have a collective approach to indiscipline in our schools. We should strengthen counseling, if you ask me. We should strengthen the relationship between students and their supervisors. In this case, you have what we call the head, what is it called? In secondary schools, we have the tutors who are assigned to take care of females, tutors who are assigned to take care of males. We should strengthen their relationship. Because if I have a daughter in my house and I'm very close to her and she's doing anything untoward, because of the relationship, I should be able to determine what is going on. And so instead of having, let's say, 100 female teachers students to one tutor, if we can ensure that we break down the numbers so they can have that personal contact with them, it will help them. And also, our religious bodies, we still need to do more. We have churches, we have mosques. As part of our sermons, some of these indisciplined attitudes should be spoken against with reference to the various religious books. I think that these and many more disciplinary measures will reduce drastically.
Additional woman ewo eye chifo na chese eye chifo eye onwaso ya eno ewo chifo atimokwa mantomu ena womo ekase mfimfin mantemu asem ena miken na womo ekiremu a womo se eye network ena afe no chese mobile network ena nkane ho nsem de ho akwatwe ewo hono papa ya womo ebesrese mpenyiko fo ebekwa womo emwa na womo de nsem nyina tudwa wo bra womo eye aban krache mechire eye the district executive officer de Emma womo eye honorable Isaac Yausen na chesoma kwan ya wo ho de kire so ore ya bɔ ne homoden a na afemu de wo ye ya wo dandan ni reshape ni nyina na no mo chese honorable wa ya de na mom ma yentu ne ye MP so eye honorable David T. Von D. Ese wa momodiana na mobile network honsam na afinkane honsam so no o hwa honsam enka sebe ya ebebo na asetiremu etumi ayemrama wo mu
asanse emfru bebre na etu krodwe we mu lati abetwa hu ekọ lati bepa ye hu ko enso enim se wosi a woyo anu nti na edi adesede yi etu we nim se hu ye mbobo na bua ye e lati se mu bombode na bua ye ma lati embre krodwe mu sina be enso ye fonu duma etini anya bebi edi ye fonu esi se ye fonu duma na se edi kwa bebi kra na obehwa na omayi simina edi free mu enso se ye wobi wa hanu mai me gidi se entime emmanisa entime sre minim se na wosi ye kwan yi minim se let nso obeni sa mai odi beba
ye let asem honorable yes now abi elim se before what ka kwai there and faka on flok baye ye let no hia ye to so mi ansa so ye school no titi ama ngofo free yi bebre and twem kokrom school almost has a entire year ya more placing ya tache to mo school atade enya fi e be fi nti wo mo mpɛ ha enti amo si school no ama we tie sra no o me hwe school ma ye
ya boy because ya wo chire e kwa no nsi to a ansa e kokrom pempa ya dai e dey man na do ya lati sam so on si hia ti ye ninda sa ban na ga so boy ne de ya de mi asese obuso ya dai oboan last problem there no kura the same no ya kwa no lati so on fa no on ya man o ka se o uni a oboboan so sira ya hwe ya e ho hwe o se o uni a oboboan ye school na dai akonani okay and the sira dey train ma say ya kwa ne dia wa hya se no obuso no dai omoan
Abusua wo ensam foforo mu no mrashe bedwani de ma de hia wo mo ewo eye trobu abato ne empesua so eyo no nyamfo Gloria Owuso sabre de akeka ne nsanse yi de abo amadwadifo wo mo na abato ne empesua so wo mfa nhye mfa mboa na wo mfa ntretre ye wo mo edwadi a wo mo edi ne emu na okire mo sise obadi yi a esumdwe eba fie na mpo no man mu no nyina nso no etumi enya asumdwe ne ntina ho ahia se wo se otu saa anamoyi yenko na yentie ensem ahodo bi a ode to gya obra o yi sika no ede ama edwadifo ma no
yeni somufo yeni kwafo ya dane ye ho emema ya dane ye ho ye wo kunu so yeni kunu ya ye hwe ye ba e bia meka ese me me hu onya ni awo chire na namba no mo ye ememu du no mo dai ba si me kola obi oni fi me kola asie bia ni say eja politics ade e friend na to yin yakopon de kame amen you opposition me ni aban then so me we opposition in kono many forces bi onya keto obema o I am asem na ne say me bro mo je kakra bi Obia emo anwa ene ma amano semwa enya sa ye betu abanko na abeya adoya kire di kwase amano semi say ubeye bibia me na to omanfo na komo so na tem bia mbo so bi bo udi boni bi kwa obi aye ene message boy we machia ha minya kama fra constituency for ni nyina na maya ama wo then so mo amu ni mensu oto e enti mi yesa na salete ma kakra na ma support obia e pa chosika me de ma we mi wo jide wo nyankopon mu pa se so we won't pay a peguso. Now, Rabbi told you, to me, and I fear Messia will not be this kind of water. Would you watch your school fees? Sika, when you Sika, would you watch your diker? The patrol a Sika, the demo, the first would get to the moon. Now, and I have to let go of peace of them. A story, been a story, no, and catch me, I made a one. Of course, Makola, Coco board, and only my baby. No, my minute, and catch a dear Mokane.
Enu akire no emai bia wonom enya sika dwatre bie na afa nnuane nso emoni angwane de keka ho no mackerel ene niema ahodo no a onsaka bie no wo mo nso de ensem bi atudwa yenkona entie wo mo
ni mademba madam susu wo ye hu yenda susu sa nyame nhira mo ni masefuo eni mo ma ni mo papa num eni mo nua num nyame ma mo kwantintin afise sebe ye besa
abusia mejira nsem we so na mede ensem no esi Jonathan Opon aye krado ago kansem nsem bata kase ne hono madarma ode beka ho amaye